Hey, Sarah here. Welcome back for another Moose and Adventure. Today we're going into Disney's California Adventure for the Lunar New Year's celebration. It is only at California Adventure, so if that's something you want to see, don't get reservations for Disneyland because you will miss it. It's only in California Adventure. We're going to go see the special characters that they have for it, as well as watching their parade and see some of the things that they have to eat, as well as the awesome, awesome merch. Super excited that you're joining with me today. See you on the inside. We made it in. Our first stop is going to be over to see Nene and Ming, and they're meeting over kind of by the Little Mermaid ride.
Hello, everyone. In just a few minutes, Mulan's Lunar New Year procession will travel from Hollywood Boulevard to Paradise Gardens.
We have changed our mind. We were on our way down to see Meme, but they made the announcement as we were walking under that first arch that the parade was coming. So we decided to stop here and watch it. We were thinking about trying to get a little bit closer to Little Mermaid, but this was starting to fill up a little bit, so we decided to stop. Interestingly enough, this might be the first parade slash processional that we've ever been asked to stand in front of the ropes. So keep note of that. If you're coming to watch it, stand in front of the ropes, not behind it, or you're not going to have a spot.
The fan and umbrella dances are two of Mushu's favorite ancient art forms. Mulan fans are honored to share the beautiful Chinese traditions and heritage of this joyous holiday.
We waited for the processional, and I can remember when they started it a couple of years ago, and it was a show kind of on the main stage over by Pixar Pier, and it was a show. It was really cool. They did different things. It was a show. Last year they did it as a processional, and it came down left kind of from, I don't know what's this area called. I don't know, but it came only down to almost to Little Mermaid, the ride, and then it would turn around and go back. So it was a very, very short processional route. The plus was that you got to see everything twice. This year it goes the whole length of the park. It starts down in Hollywoodland, correct? And it goes all the way down to the end by like the Paradise Gardens. There we go. And it's fun. It's a short processional, which I'm sure is why it's called a processional. It's not really a parade, but it was really fun. It was about, I want to say, about 10 minutes. The nicest thing with how much seating they have now is that you don't have to wait. So I think it starts at 5. We got there right as they were making the announcements for it. We got a great front row spot. And I have a feeling that the whole parade route is kind of like that. So anywhere along that little processional, you'll have a good view. The bad news with that is that since we watched that and since we got here a little bit later than I'd originally anticipated, we did miss meeting Mei and Ming. So we'll have to do that next time. So watch my stories, watch my reels, because that's where I'll post that. I'm not going to put it in this video, obviously, because it's not there. So from there, made our way down to Paradise Gardens, where Mickey and Minnie are meeting right now in their awesome outfits. Um, I love Mickey and Minnie, but we see them a lot. Although I'd like to at some point come and see them in their costumes, their new costumes for the New Year festival. But they told us that we're most likely to see Mushu, which Mushu does not meet in the park normally. He's only here because it's the year of the dragon. So super excited that we're going to meet Mushu. That's where we are right now. We also made a brief stop on the way in to go make our wish and hang it up on is it the Wall of Dreams? And hang it up on the Wall of Dreams. Is that what it's called? I don't know what it's called, but it sounds nice. Wish of Dreams. I'll call it that. Wall of Dreams. That didn't make sense. There's an actual name for it, though. I'll have to go back and look. That does close early, though, as well as the characters. Like Mei leaves at 5, I believe. Mushu and Milan meet here until, was it 6:30, 6:45. So it's a little bit later than some of them. Incidentally, don't be daunted by the size of the line. It looked really long when we first got in line, but the line went really fast. And even though the line went really fast, it wasn't like they were just rushing people through. We got to actually interact with them. We got to spend a decent amount of time with the characters, and it was really fun. In my opinion, if you come to these festivals, whether it's on purpose or not, and you don't take advantage of the special entertainment and the special character meet and greets, like Milan and Mushu are not normally in the park unless it is during the Lunar New Year. So if you don't go take advantage of it, they might not be here next time you're here. And like I said, that line moved really fast. Go take advantage of it. You'll still have plenty of time, in my opinion, especially at California Adventure, to also get to go on the rides that you want to go see.
ส่วนดาวเองส่วนฝันมาใหม่ชมกันบ่ายคำชมที่สบายส่วนดาวเองส่วนฝันที่หวานชมของงานร้อนสุดสาย chúc mừng năm chúc mừng năm mới Happy New Year everybody have a great rest of your night here at Disney California Adventure yes chúc mừng năm mới and we'll see you again real soon.
We are at the Paradise Gardens right now. The band just finished playing. We only were actually sitting at a table for the very last song. However, this is where the character meet and greets were. So we got to hear the band play the entire time that we were waiting in line. They were really good. They had some traditional New Year's songs, but they also did some of your favorite pop favorites. I think this is kind of fun. If you do not know anything about the Lunar New Year, they do actually have a sign up here telling about how they celebrate it in some of the different countries. So that was Vietnamese. This is the Chinese and how the Chinese families celebrate. And this is how they celebrate Lunar New Year in Korea, which I think is fun that they actually distinguish between the different areas of Asia. Oh, we were here too late for it, but they do have set up over here a spot for the ancient art of Chinese calligraphy. There's also a craft. Said we were not here early enough to do that, so if you want to do that, don't be like us and get here super, super late. We got back in line with the hopes to see Mickey and Minnie, and I was really surprised because Milan was out there at 6 o'clock, and I figured that she'd probably go back stage and get ready for the next procession at 6:30, but I was wrong. It looks like when we got to the front of the line, Mickey and Minnie were still not there, and it looks like they come out at 6:45, and then the character meet and greet for the day ends at 7. So I'm gonna guess that that's how every single hour is that Milan meets for like 40 to 45 minutes. Mickey and Minnie are only for 15 minutes, and Mushu is a half an hour. So I could be wrong on that. Ask the character host when you go to see them, especially if you're looking for a specific character, because that's going to give you a better idea of what time to jump in line. But I'm super, super, super excited that Milan meets for so long because we tried to meet the three Caballeros during the Christmas holiday season, and they met for such a short period of time that we could never, ever quite time that right. And so I thought this was cool because it gives everybody a chance, or a much better chance, to be able to see Milan and to be able to see Mushu. It's kind of disappointing that you can't see Mickey and Minnie longer, but there's other places in the park that you can see Mickey and Minnie. And so I feel like it was really cool that Milan and Mushu meet for such a long period of time there because there is nowhere else that you can see them. Raya is also technically out. We weren't as excited to meet her only because we have seen her in the past, although she does not meet here anymore. So if Raya is on your list, go see her. She is so fun to meet. I'm gonna jet in here really fast. There are several places in California Adventure that they sell them, but since we happen to be right in front of Little Mermaid, I'm gonna stop here. This is their spirit jersey. I love their spirit jersey. When I first saw it, I was like, red and gold, cool colors. It looks cool. And then I looked at it closer. It's the characters. Look at how fun that is. I love it because it's super, super subtle. Where's Goofy? Oh, Goofy's kind of hiding on that one. You see Goofy on this one? I don't know if you can. I'm not going to get any with Goofy. Oh, there's Goofy. So Goofy's on here too. You can't really see him in this picture. Oh, there you kind of can. I really like this because it's super, super subtle. It's not a very in your face spirit jersey if you're not super into the characters, or showing off your Disney spirit, that it looks really nice on. I also really like these are fun. They've got Mickey dressed up for the year of the dragon, and I'm not exactly sure what this is, but it's really neat. I guess it's just art for your wall. Do you know what that is? Somebody that's smarter than me, let me know in the comments below. But they've got some fun stuff over here, and then I want to see their ears. Oh, it's just a sign. Their ears are gorgeous. Let me see if I can see their ears in here. I'm sure they're in here. Yesterday we were here. It was not filming, but yesterday we were here, and I was looking at Hoos and going, wow, their merch is so cool. I have a feeling that it's going to sell fast. Still standing by that. I see so many people wearing them, and it's just such a cool design this year. But their ears were not there. So maybe their ears have sold out. I don't know. So we're going to check another store because I really, really like their ears too. Their ears were also very, very subtle. Definitely cool for the Lunar New Year, but I feel like you could wear them all year long and nobody would even know that they were specifically made for the Lunar New Year. Oh, on Shop Disney, we saw T-shirts. Have not seen them anywhere in the park, so they are either sold out, which I don't doubt this stuff can sell out, but I'd be really surprised if those sold out that fast. Yeah, 3 days into it, because they were cool, but not that cool, if that makes sense. So I'm wondering if they just haven't made it to the parks yet. I don't know. So I'm going to keep my eyes open for that. Check my stories and my reels, because if I find them and when I find them, I'll let you know. For now, I'm on the hunt to find the ears. Silacolong, San Francisco, and some of the food booths are out. Um, that I have not checked the world of Disney yet. I'm gonna imagine that they've got some of the Lunar New Year stuff there. They do not have this though at Disneyland. This is the only place you're gonna find it is here at Disneyland Park. And did they have these at the hotel when we were at the hotel yesterday? They did have some of the Lunar New Year merch at the hotels. I know they had them at the Grand Californian. We got stuck in the parade traffic. The plus and the minus with Disney's California and parades are that there's, I feel like you don't have to wait very long to get a great spot for them. And here's San Francisco from the front, or I guess the back if you're considering that walking over the bridge is the front, but looks so cool. Absolutely love it. But the drawback with how California Adventure is set up is I don't know if they'd ever fully intended to have parades there, and it gets bottlenecked. If I don't can't remember how much I recorded as we were walking through there, but because the parade is just about to start, there were so many people that they were trying to funnel different places, and I feel like that's where Disneyland kind of has an advantage. The way Disneyland is set up, it's a lot easier to have parade viewing spots delineated from walking spots. And here, that's not necessarily the case, although we took a side entrance down by San Francisco and we're now cutting through Cars Land because the parade does not go through here. And we are going to head. I don't feel like there's probably going to be a gift shop down here that has the Lunar New Year stuff. There might be, but I have a feeling we'd have better luck at like Buena Vista Street and Hollywood on the Hollywood Street and Hollywood Land. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Hollywood Street is always our go-to. Should I say this out loud on here? For merchandise that has sold out other places in the park, because I don't think a lot of people know about it. It's right next. It's the shop right next to PhilharMagic and the award-winning Wieners, kind of across from the Art of Animation building. And we always seem to be able to find stuff there that we can't find other places in the park. The other place that we've had luck finding stuff, although I don't think they had as much Lunar New Year this year, is down at the shop just past Little Mermaid. They frequently have stuff too. But we're cutting through Cars Land. We always seem to love the burritos that they have at the Studio Catering Company. And that's just a little food cart over here by the Monsters Inc. ride, over here in Hollywood Land. We're going to head over there and try their new burrito that they have for the Lunar New Year. We're passing by Luigi. Walking through Marvel Land, which surprisingly enough is not that busy right now, but it's also that processional, so I don't know how much that's impacting the traffic in the park. I'm going to zoom in because here's the parade. You can kind of sort of see it from afar. So you get closer, I'll maybe zoom in again. This is kind of cool too. Is the parade starts the same direction both times? It starts at Guardians of the Galaxy and ends up down at Paradise Garden. That even now the parade's already started. We're back a little bit farther than I'd like, but the way they do the parade, I'm up too high. The way they do the parade, you can see it even from afar, and it looks so cool at night. It looks like a totally different parade. They have the different dragons and their costumes light up. Let me see if I can get a better view from up here on the sidewalk. Yeah, we just walked right up. Granted, we missed the beginning because we were walking through Cars Land and we weren't intending to stop and watch it again. But we're just standing right behind a bench. Nobody else is here. If you notice, like how sparse the crowds are, so you can still get a totally great spot, even if you don't camp out, or even if you're just kind of walking up because you see it last minute.
Are honored to share the beautiful Chinese traditions and heritage of this joyous holiday. Please join them in welcoming Mushu as we celebrate the year of the cat.
The parade just ended. To give you an idea of exactly where we were standing, there is the Guardians of the Galaxy. There is the Hyperion Theater. We're just standing on that street that leads into Hollywood Studios. It was a fantastic place to watch. It's also a great place to watch it from, not only because you can literally walk right up and see it, but it's also the beginning of the parade. So now we can go from here to dinner, which is what we're going to do, or you could go jump in line for Guardians and take advantage of the fact that a lot of people are still watching the procession, or go to Monsters Inc. because they're all right here. Art of Animation, Feel Her Magic, or even just backtrack a little bit. I know you walked with us through Carsland. You can actually backtrack back to Carsland and watch that, but you've also seen the parade now, while everybody else is still on the main streets of California Adventure waiting for it to come. We just mobile ordered our burrito. I'll look at up exactly what was in it because I don't remember now. But they always have good burritos. Like, I've never had a burrito here that I did not like, and they swap them out according to the season. So it's always something a little different. And every single time I'm like, no, I don't want to swap it out. And then every single time I like it just as much, if not better, than the last one. I do know that this has kimchi fried rice, which they also had in it last year, which I was like, kimchi fried rice? My husband really likes kimchi. I'm not a super big fan, so I wasn't sure I was going to like it. I loved it. I also know that it has almonds in it because who does not like almonds? I love the crunch, and I just really like almonds. But this is my favorite spot, not only because they have amazing burritos, but it's nestled back here kind of in a really weird, obscure corner of the park back by Monsters Inc. You can kind of see the food cart behind me, but they have hands down the best seating of anywhere in the park. If you can kind of see around here, exception of the Festival of the Holidays when they had a stage back here, it's not usually very crowded at all. They also have umbrellas set up, so even when it's hot in the summertime, you can sit back here. It's really quiet if you have a kid that needs to nap, or really quiet if you have a kid that needs to maybe run out a little bit of energy. And hands down, there is not a nicer, more comfortable seat anywhere in the park. If you want more of a table, they do have tables. They're taller, or there's a few short ones as well. But if you can snag one of these, which this time of year usually can, this is the spot to be. I am so not going to remember everything that was in this burrito, but it's basically toasted ramen. It had marinated beef. It had the almonds. It had kimchi fried rice, some kind of a cabbage salad, and then some kind of a saucy thing I can't remember the name of, but it started with an A. Inaugural bite. All wrapped in this wonderful looking tortilla, by the way. And this also has bacon. I think this also has bacon. Can definitely taste the bacon. It is so yummy. And I don't know if the crunch is coming from the bacon or the almonds. This is really, really yummy. It has a bit of a spice to it, but it's not bad at all. Me, not being the spice mousse that I am, can still handle this. This is really, really yummy. And the tortilla kind of sort of offsets some of that little bit of kick. I would totally get it again because I love the fried rice. I love the toasted almonds. I love the toasted ramen. Who said she would not? But she doesn't really super like the things I just mentioned. So it sort of makes sense that she wouldn't. But it's definitely on my list to come back again, especially because it's super, super shareable. Our tummies are full. It is slightly cold. We're going to run into the Art of Animation building. Super curious to know if they're doing any special characters for the Lunar New Year. I don't know. Let's find out. I think that they changed out the animations based on the day, but when we walked in, they're highlighting Mulan. Okay, let's see. In the past, they've done special characters. I don't know if these are super super crazy special for this season, but they do in fact have Mushu twice. I was kind of hoping they'd do Mulan, but I don't see it on her. Oh, they also have May, so that's kind of fun. So there are a couple of characters. They also had Sisu. I did like that movie. That's from Raya. Raya. I just can't ever remember how to pronounce her name. Okay, Sisu. There we go. Um, I know that we were here one time and the person was telling us that because we were asking how they pick the characters or whatever, and they were telling me that the animators actually come in the morning and the animators tell them what they want to draw that day, which I thought was super cool. But there were a couple dragons on there. I was really hoping Milana would be on here. We've done, was it Raya we did? Yeah, we've done Raya. Oh, she was super cool, but man, she was kind of hard. But even when they're advanced, even if you can't draw your way out of, I don't know, a preschool class, they're still really fun and your pictures will still look good and it's just fun. But yeah, not a super lot of characters, but every single day those characters do in fact change. This is one of my favorite shops. So I never skip a chance to walk through here. But that is also fun. One of my other favorite things about the art of animation is not only is it that free souvenir because you get to draw, but depending on who's doing it, they always tell really fun facts or stories or things that I don't know about the movies or the character we're drawing, and that's fun. So we're over here by award-winning wieners. Maybe it's just award wieners. I always thought it was award-winning. I don't know, but in Mickey's Filler Magic, this is one of my very favorite stores. It's called, I guess, Gone Hollywood. Never really officially known what it was called, but they tend to have merchandise sometimes that we can't find anywhere else in the park. My rule of thumb lately is that if I see something that I like or even sort of think that I like, grab it because sometimes things sell out really fast and you got to find it somewhere else and it's just gone. These do still do in fact have a little bit of Christmas left, which is just absolutely crazy to me. But what we're not singing here today, weirdly enough, because this is like, okay, weirdly enough, they did not have any Lunar New Year stuff in that store, probably because I mentioned that they always have stuff. But they did have a sweatshirt that we have hunted for that has been sold out. So we bought it super quick. It was like the last one of the size in the store. So excited. Now I'm going to run into Buena Vista Street and see if they happen to have that Lunar New Year headband. I don't know. Yay or nay, they've got a newer line of merch that is all about snacks. Let me know in the comments if you like it or you're not so sure. Wow, the ears are just gone. They're not at Main Street either. Those are just their normal ears. I said Main Street. I'm on Buena Vista Street. We did see them at the hotel last night. Wondering if they're still there. I don't know, but they are not here. They're Main Street on Buena Vista Street. And this is all of the merch that they have currently, which is kind of crazy. That's not that much, but yeah, no ears to be found in California Adventure that we can see. Yeah, we also haven't seen any t-shirts, so I really honestly don't think that they got the t-shirts in. So I'm kind of thinking those t-shirts are still coming, which is only weird because I've seen them on Shop Disney. So I don't know. But if you happen to be here and you happen to see those ears, and wherever you see them, if you're even maybe thinking you want them, grab them fast because legit, we have now walked all over California Adventure. We have not seen those ears anywhere. I don't know if they'll get them back in stock or not. I didn't think they'd get that sweatshirt back, but I kind of, yeah. I don't think they're going to get them back either because who's this right? This is only like a 2 to 3 week festival. So I think maybe those ears are just gone, which is sad because they were super cute. And I was thinking about getting them, but again, you snooze, you lose. I don't know. You can always, I have not looked today, but sometimes you can find the merch on Stop Disney. Have not looked to see if the ears are there, but if you happen to look and they're there and you like them at all, grab them. They're really cool ears. There's one more thing we wanted to do tonight, and that was to watch The World of Color. Most of the show is the same as it always is. However, they do a special thing in the beginning, the pre-show for Lunar New Year, and fun fact, it's the only time of the year, with the exception of New Year's Eve, that they have fireworks in the World of Color show. So we're still gonna watch that. We didn't get to see Mei Mei and Ming, and we didn't go see Raya, so I'll do that next time. But we got quite a bit done. Saw the things that we wanted to for Lunar New Year. Got to experience some of the festivities. Had the delicious burrito, and I'm gonna keep my eyes out for those ears, but everywhere we looked, I have not had them. But yeah, so we're headed over to World of Color. Usually we stay and watch the second show because if you watch the second show, it's never as crowded. Most people leave after the first show, but today we're gonna watch the first show. Oh, just kidding. You're right. There is no second show. It closes at 9. Oh, it's so weird to me that the parks close early this time of year, and I forgot. So there is only one show. It might be really crowded. We do have a hack for that, though. If you are watching or riding rides and doing stuff like that, and you realize, it's World of Color, and you don't have a reservation to sit in one of the reserved areas, which I never do, you're not without hope. There are two things you can do. The first one is we always go up right before it starts and ask if I think I'm gonna get popcorn over here. We always sit there and ask if we can go up to the boardwalk. That never seems to fill up. You will probably get wet, maybe get misted. If I'm wearing a coat or a hat, it doesn't bother me at all. The second thing you can do, especially if you want to sit down for the show, is walk around to the back side over by Toy Story Midway Mania and Credit Coasters. You can sit back there. It's a little bit of a different view because some of the images will be reversed, but it's still a great view. In fact, maybe we'll do that tonight. I'm excited. I don't know how crowded the front side is, but that's also an excellent spot to watch it from. Totally worked. We got in. They opened it up. There was only one show, so it was pretty crowded. But they opened it up like a minute or two before the show started. We were in the very front and the center, so it's a great spot. Granted, we are wet. Not like if you've ever been to like SeaWorld and you're like in the wet zone or you're ridden Grizzly River Rapids and you get off and you're totally drenched. No, not like that. It's more like a misty wet. And I have noticed that how wet you get depends on how windy it is, because if the wind is blowing the direction of the boardwalk, you'll get more wet than if it's not. We didn't get here early enough in the day to get all of the character meet and greets we wanted to do. We didn't see Raya. That was on purpose because we just saw her a couple months ago, although we could have gone again today. She's over at the Redwood Creek Challenge. She's a really fun character to see. Although I think we might have gone here a little bit too late to try to see her and go see Mushu and Milan. We also didn't get to see Mei Mei and Ming, so we'll have to do that another day. But that's purely just because of how late in the day that we got here. But we got to see so many awesome things at the Lunar New Year. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you real soon.